All right, all right. Let's give Rumble a second to catch up. Rumble's always a little behind. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is having a happy Wednesday. At least it's not Monday, and it's closer to Friday. So here we are. We are still in Huron County, Michigan map. Here comes Rumble now, so they're going to be a little behind, but that's okay. So here we are, Huron County, Michigan. I'm washing all this off. See, it washes all that white off, but it still needs a bath. So we're going to take it up here and watch this. Oops. Little too close. Little too close. Right here, this guy right here will do everything we need to do. And poof, look at that. Let's get some gas. And we're full. Alright, so we're going to go do some contracts to make us some more money. I haven't bought anything new. So I've been saving the money. Saving so we can get more fields. I'm trying to figure out what... There it is. Fertilizer. It's a lot of money to fertilize. So I'm gonna go do that really quick. And I think I spotted a good place maybe for the... Because we're doing pigs, chicken, and sheep, I think is what was voted on yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what everybody voted on yesterday, was pig, sheep, and chicken. So we're going to see how many we can get on here. Give it a second to save here. It always takes a few seconds. I don't know why. I've been saving up stones, too, because we're going to start making our own lime so we can become self-efficient. I meant to go into construction. Here we go. I think I spotted it up here. Pretty good little area here. It's a BGA. So that's not going to do it. We need a spot of land. Pretty good size spot of land. To put all of our pigs and chicken and sheep on. I like to have them all in one area. And I'm thinking that, to be honest about it, I think this field right here, once we get ready, I think this field would be great for the pigs. Let me go look. Horses, there's pigs. So 36, 19, 26, 68, there's 1,000, 2,000. Look at that little bitty barn. 2,000 pigs in this little, I mean, that, talk about some unusual punishment for an animal, but that works out because it's small. And you can adjust on these. You can actually, I'm not going to do it now because I just put wheat in here, but on these they're good because you can actually adjust the size of the fencing area if you wanted to. And it looks like, why did it say sheep? That's a sheep barn, damn it. We wanted pigs. Alright, sorry about that. 109, 1,200, 1,000. There's a 2,000 one. Not too much bigger. And the same thing goes, we can still adjust the size of the fencing on these if we want to. I'm trying to figure out why the field, I got to level the field a little bit, looks like. See how it disappears? Now, which means that field's not quite flat. And as you can see, as far as the food goes, everybody knows. I mean, you can feed pigs, I mean, just about anything you want. And that's why we're going to do every crop in the game on this map. So we can do 2,000 each. What do you think? Let's vote on a number. How many pig barns? How many sheep barns? How many chickens? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We could go 12,000 pigs and do 6 barns. The sheep, we can do the same thing. If the map allows it, we can go as many as the map allows us. Now the chickens are going to be a little bit different because I got a chicken barn that holds 65,000 chicken, which is just that's a lot of KFC, man. Here we go. Let's see where I find it here. There it is, 65,500. The next largest I think is 700. Oh, there's a 2,000 one. So we could literally just go this route, but why? If I can use this tiny one. And again, you can adjust the size of the fence on this one too. So I don't know. I kind of want to put like 3 or 4 of these in just to kind of see. I bet it lags the computer like something. But you won't ever see 66,000 chickens in there. 65.5. You won't ever see that many. Chances are you'll see 20 and that's it. But it's going to be crapping out eggs like you wouldn't believe. So I think this is a really good field for that. And I don't even know if we need it as small as the barns are. We may even go with something a little smaller. Like maybe this one back here. It's got a road to it. So maybe a little smaller of a field and not eat up so much landscape, you know. We could do this one because it's already got this on there. That might not be too bad. But you guys let me know in the comments, what do you think? How many should we do? What is all those pallets sitting out there? Oh, they're just empty pallets. I'm really thinking we should just try to bust the game and put as many in as we can. But I will leave it up to the viewers to see how many they want. See, how does this thing need repair already? And that's just kind of nuts. And I wanted to also see what this building was, because I usually sell all this stuff, so I don't really know. So it's just a bulk haul. We may use this, and then let's see what this one is. It's a horse barn large. We may end up selling that, but I do have a horse manager. If you go back to horses, 16. So the most you can still have is 16 horses. Okay. So we may, I don't know if I want to sell it yet or not. I like the horses, and we can feed them. We're gonna have all the food they need, so it really won't matter. I know what that one is. What is this little shed out here? It's just a small garage. I sold this one. I'm just trying to get everything organized for our takeover. But anyways, we need to go do this. I want to go do this fertilizing. So 61,000 for this one, 50,000 for that one. And even if I use their equipment, they're only going to take $779 away. So we're going to do this one first. Field 171. We're going to accept. And we're going to accept. All right, now let's go to 171. Let's find out where that's at. Because there's 172, 73, 74. I wonder why they're not flashing. Usually they flash and let you know where they're at, but I don't see them flashing at all. And then the other one's 189. So 171 and 189. Why wouldn't 171 not be over here with the rest of them? There it is, right there. Okay. And now let's see, where is 189? I don't even see the 180s. Here's 180. You'd think it'd be right around this area. It's a big map, so it's hard to find everything. 196, 195. Here it is, right here. Not very big. So we are way over here. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go hit 189 first. So We should be able to do these pretty quick. This thing's 42 meters, and let me make sure I'm going the right way here. Yeah, we're going the right way. This is a big freaking field right here too. I can't wait for us to get this one. This is huge. We'll have to have at least three harvesters on this one. So it's a big, it's probably the largest map I think I've ever been on in Farming Simulator, whether it be 4 or this one, or I'm sorry, 22 or this one. So look at that trailer. And we should come right up on it here. I think it's this green field right here. Should be this one. Let's see if we're right, and we are. So we're gonna do steering assist. There she goes. Let's back her up. Back the bus up, buddy. I think I missed that little bit there, but that's okay. I tell you what, it looked a lot smaller on the map. But it still won't take that long. And it's good money. It's a really good way to make money quick. Especially if you've already bought, because you already had to buy the fertilizer for your own field. So it doesn't make any sense not to go around and just do these easy ones real quick. It really doesn't. And this thing is speedy. That's why it won't take us very long. But I decided that I think I'm going to leave in the little roads in between the fields this time. I might combine a few, but for the most part, I think I'm going to leave most of them. It's a lot of extra work for a little bit of reward, so... There's just not enough field right there to really, I would think, to bother. So I think we'll leave them this time. Like I say, normally I go ahead and I just chop everything away and combined everything, but I think we'll leave it alone this time. But talk to me, guys. What's going on this morning? Let's talk. Don't make me do all the talking today. Hurry up, dude. I'm gonna smash into you. Alright, where's the next line? There it is. Yeah, that's a good thing. These things don't have to be perfect because they're not your fields. Who cares? So, as long as you get 99% of it, the game accepts it. So, lots of useless wind turbines out here. And we should be able to check there we go, and that way we'll know. Yep, here we go. It's really hard to tell. That's why I don't fertilize this late. I know there's a lot of guys out there, people out there, however you want to say it, to play the game, and they swear that they fertilize later, and I'm like, I don't know why. It's more of a pain for me to have to keep checking here to find out if I fertilized everything, as opposed to just doing it before the plow. I don't know why. I don't know why you would do it otherwise, really, to be honest. And we missed that little piece there, but that's okay. I think that's when we just came down. It is. See, it's hard to tell. But we're going to get this little piece back here that we missed. That's the one we want right there. Alright, we still didn't get it, but that's okay. Like I said, this isn't our field. It does not have to be 100%. So I wish that the lines would actually light up a little further out so we could see where we were going. Or perhaps maybe a little darker. The orange shows up pretty good, but I'd like to see it further out. And I know it's because of the headlands, but still. There we go. We should have hit it right on that time. We did. I just eyeballed that little yellow flowers on the ground. This field's crap anyways. Look at all the weeds that they killed. It's probably 30%. I did a sorghum field earlier and it was 22% and it was still like almost 300,000 liters of sorghum. So maybe they've actually improved the yield on sorghum. I don't know, but it seemed like it did pretty good to me. So there's this a yellow flower. Yeah, I feel like we're doing pretty good there. By the time we're done with this map, we should, I think we're going to max out the money. I think that's going to be the goal, is to max out the entire balance up top to $99.99. I mean, because there's no way with everything that we're going to be doing that we won't. I mean, pigs, you got that to sell. With the sheep, we're going to be making clothing. With the chickens, we can take it with all the greens. The only thing we won't have is milk, so we might just make the cereal and be done, because we won't have any milk to run since we're not doing cattle this time. I could probably do you know what, we probably could do a couple of cattle too, just to have the milk. I don't see why we don't. I skipped a line. But again, this is why I don't do fields like this. I normally do all this before there's growth. So we're gonna go left. Probably missed a bunch there. Not really, not too bad. This probably put us over the top. We'll probably do that last little line over there that I missed. But I would think this would put us, this would finish this one. And then at 171 was over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right there. But these fields are a lot larger down here than they are on the map. That's for dang sure. I think we need to hit it over here. Yep, that's what we needed. 9, almost there. I'm gonna see if it lets me finish, just because it'll drive me nuts. Because we're at 99%. Nope, it's not gonna let me finish. That sucks. I think there's a mod for that though, if I'm being honest, to let you finish the contract. We need to go. That's about right. That's about right. So what's going on today, Rumble? 'Cause I know we got a lot of Rumble, rumble, rumble. Twitch. Kick wasn't letting me connect. It kept saying it wouldn't connect. There was an error. And I got YouTube. Man, I haven't heard from my one of my friends on YouTube for quite a while now, old Mike Fritz. I don't know where you're at, buddy, but I hope you're still around and chilling, my friend. Well, that's some deep ruts. Not as deep. Net looks deep there, but it's not as deep when you get down in there. Man, farmers be cussing me and shooting at me for doing that to their fields, for real. We'll take this road the rest of the way. No votes, no talking. I got it. It's all good. We can take this all the way down. Go, baby, go. Oh, I'm going to change the name of this thing to Speed Racer. Smash. I think it's right on the other side here. Yep. One more field. It's this green one. Second green one. Look at it. You want me to fertilize that? Jesus. I gotta know. Let me see. 50%. That's kind of nuts. But whatever. At 50%, it'd probably take it at least 75, you think? I think about 75%. We'll see what happens. This is a pretty good. It's not that huge. We should be done with this one pretty quick. Where are you going, bro? I don't know. It's decent sized. I'm just gonna go straight. I'll come back and finish this in a second. Should be fine. Nice and straight. I need to get my damn steering wheel out. I had a steering wheel that I got for Christmas and my wife gave me. And I just have not, I haven't used it at all yet, and I don't know why. Just haven't. Think we can squeak by there? There we go. Let's see, where were we? Yeah, we about got it. So there, we just made. We're going to be making about $15,000 here. So not too shabby for 6, 7, 8 minutes worth of work. There we go. And I don't know why, but anybody else that play, do you notice that your fertilizer trucks just don't use fertilizer hardly? I mean, you go through lime like that, but when I'm fertilizing, I never go through fertilizer really. Chances are I won't fill this truck up more than just the one time that I'm using it. If I'm being honest about it, that's why I don't worry about wasting it, because it doesn't really matter. Alright, we're going to take a left here. There she goes. I mean, you hardly ever go through any fertilizer. I mean, is that too unrealistic for people? I don't know. It's fine for me. I'll take it. I got one Three Musketeers in there. I thought I ate them all yesterday, but I got one right here. There we go. Go Speed Racer, go. I suppose that spot there is for you to be able to put buildings on, but I'd probably just get rid of it and make it more field. Same thing with this. We'll just keep going straight and hit the next line. We'll finish off this right side, and then I'll finish off the left side, and we'll go from there. Hit me up now, you guys. Hit that like and follow. Help me out. Really almost there with our follower count. Help me out on Rumble. That'd be great. I suppose you're supposed to go the other way, but it's whatever. I'm a rebel without a clue. Oh, snap. That's okay. You can see a little bit where it hits. Like over on the left, you can see it's like light gray here and then it turns dark. So you can see it that way a little bit, but it's still pretty hard to tell. You can tell that way. See it? I think the steering assist got tired of giving me assistance. Should be right on it. If I could drive, that'd be fantastic. That finishes that. Look at him. He's nuts. I really tore up this field. Did I get that left edge? Yeah, so we just got to go right. I believe it'll be right here. Yeah. That's funny stuff. Funny stuff. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's always a good day for farming. There, we got it. I want to see if I can get... Alright, so it's this way. I don't have any idea what's going on with this guy. Jesus, man. Now, he should just go all the way over. I'll come back up that way, that little piece that I missed. Seems like a waste with all these weeds in here. But I wonder if there is a herbicide one. But I won't do the herbicide ones because herbicide's expensive. Not at this early in the game, I won't. Yeah, so that should handle it. Now we're on track. Awfully quiet today. Alright, so we got that one already, so we're out of here. Should be this one. Yep, now we're good. Now we're on it. Now we're good. Now we're good. Uh-oh, dog's hearing something. I got a lot of snakes in our yard, so they tend to. I got little bird dogs, so they really go after those snakes. They're just little rat snakes, chicken snake, whatever you want to call it. And every time I spot one, I'm always like, "Did you kill it?" I'm like, "Of course not. That snake ain't bothering me." But I told her they don't climb steps, you know. Snakes don't climb steps, right? And we got one of those Velcro screens for the dogs to go out, because we have like a screened-in porch, and it just had a door on it. So I opened up the door, put one of those Velcro screen doors on it, so that dogs could go in and out. And I'll be damned if there wasn't a baby snake stuck to the stickiness of the Velcro, you know, the backside of it. I finally heard the end of it, but I didn't think it was ever going to happen. Come on, save game. I'm going to be in Alaska by the time it gets done saving. I assume this is the right one. Yeah, it looks like it. Good. Almost got her. Tell you though, these contracts are good ways to make money quick. Now, I don't think there's much logging on this map. I mean, there are trees on this map, but there's not a lot of logging. You could do some logging on this map. There is a rock quarry that I could put into, so we always have stone, but I'm not really too worried about that on this map. Yeah, now we got it. That should be about it. And it'll make me come back down that little line. Boy, I did a really terrible job on this one. It's all that mimbly bimbly jumping from limb to limb driving that I was doing. Yeah, we're at 99%. It doesn't matter. We're finished. Let's go collect. Collect is X, so that was 61,000. So, like I say, time it's all said and done, about $112,000 for just not even 10 minutes worth of work. We'll take it. I think the other fertilizer one was pretty weak. Harvesting. Whew. 81,000. But look at this hoeing. 95,000. I don't know if I have a hoe. I'm trying to get back home real quick with this. We need to, we'll hit this road and we'll just take a left. Not this piece, but up there. Right, y'all. Should take us straight home. Straight home. I really want to put a ramp in and see how far I can launch this tractor, I'll be honest. I really do. But I haven't seen any ramps yet, so. And I'm also looking for a hitch extension. A hitch extension. I have not seen one yet because I want to try harvesting like a contract field and be able to tow behind it to grab the straw. Is what I want to do. Did I go past everything? Nope, we're just not there yet. But that's what I want to try. I want to try that and see what happens. But because the harvester does have a hitch, it's just not very big, so it won't grab onto the forage wagon, which I was hoping would happen, but it did not. So let me look. I think, isn't that a hoe basically? Let's look. Because I'm not going to go hoe something with a 2-meter hoe. Rollers. Well, nothing says hoe, so. What's the contract say? Oh, it's weeds. Man, yeah, that'll take 16 years, man. That's why they want $95,000. Look at the size of that field. And that little bitty weeder right there. Man, we'll be there for 16 weeks. Let me look. And I have not seen a good weeder yet. Maybe I just lied to y'all. Weeder splats. That's 24.5 meters, but will it do it though? I don't know. It says small grown weeds, but I think the contract calls for a different one. No, it's small weeds, small weeds. So let's do it. That's a lot of money to turn away. You maybe ask yourself, why don't I have a weeder? It's because I never get weeds, so don't worry about it. And that sound is because I have the delivery set closer to home. Right there. I hope this works. I'll cancel it if it doesn't. And then I'll just sell this piece of shit. All right, let's see, 103. Let's look on the map before I do it and see where 103 is. Oh, it's right there, so it's close. It's right there. Nice, so let's do it. Accept contract. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Nope, nope, close, close. I think it's like right next door to us here. To the left here, I think is where it's at. Yeah. It's just. Oh, excuse me there, bus. Or van. I think it's this green field. Up on the left here. Yep. It's a big honking field. Look at the size of that field, man. I have to scoot over just a little bit here. I should do it. Oh, it wants me to come over some. Hang on. At least you can see the weeds that are still there because I didn't lower it down because I'm an idiot. Ah. I don't know what the hell just happened. Yeah, the game just locked up. The game just locked up. Well, guys, let's take a 5-minute break. Let me reboot and I'll be right back. Let's do an intermission and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back in, and I finished up that little field because it took us back to the. It took me all the way back to fertilizing that field. So I'm going to try that one more time and see what exactly happened there. Because that's, since I've been on PC, that's the first time I had an issue with the game just freezing up and crashing like that. So welcome back, Rumble. Welcome back. It came back when I came back and logged in. I was still having to fertilize that field, so I'm just now heading back. So we still got to buy that contract again, and gets that field right there if you remember. So I don't know exactly what happened. I've never really had, like I said, since on PC, I've never had it really just blow up like that before. So we'll see what happens. We'll drop him off there. Now, let's go. I'll try it again here. Accept. Oops. Let's try her again. I mean, hopefully it was just a fluke. Wait, something's just going on here. 1 second. I don't know why it's doing that. Alright. Let's go get this hoe. I think I'll name this piece of equipment Shelly, because I've never really met a Shelly that wasn't a hoe, so. Let's go try that again. Ooh, look out, tree. Look out, I'm gonna smash. Real life, boy, oh boy, my tractors would just be so tore up from all the hitting the trees. But in reality, I mean, no tractor goes 116 miles per hour, so you would never be going as fast as I go, so I don't think I'd be wrecking. Let's try it from this angle this time and see if it. See what happens this time. That's pretty close. All right. It started to do it again. I saw that. It's like as soon as I hit. I don't. Is that down? Is it doing it? I don't think it's doing anything. Yeah. I think there's something wrong with this weeder mod, if I'm being honest about it. Because as soon as I hit down, as soon as I hit down on it, it looked like it was going to freeze up again. If that's the case, I won't be doing this field. I guarantee you that. I'll cancel it. All right, let's try it. Yep, there it goes. Let's there it is. I'm just gonna sell it. Nope, it's too late. because it won't even let me get into another vehicle. So there's something wrong with this mod. So good to find out, right? So goodbye, bye mod, because it won't let me do anything now. The entire game froze up. So yep. All right. Well, break time. I'll be right back. Let's get her rebooted. we definitely won't be using that hoe anymore. So goodbye, Shelly. I don't know if it's in particular the mod or it could be conflicting with another mod. Generally doesn't really happen on PC, but just for safety reasons, we won't be using that one. So let me ask you there, Unliking. You ever been to a train station? Because that's where you're headed right about now. Scammers beware. It's amazing to me. I didn't know there was greenhouses back there. It's amazing to me how many scammers there really, really are. I mean, it's nuts. So yeah, lots and lots of scammers. Wonder if there's any good harvesting ones we could do. We've got some pretty good money right now. We could buy another piece of land and go ahead and get it started. Let's see what's out there. All right. So 93, I think I looked at it and I think it was like green beans or something. Pretty sure it's green beans. Yeah, it's green beans. And it wasn't very healthy. I think it was like 50%. There we go. It's at like 50%. And I'm not using a hoe. So if I buy this, we're gonna mulch it 50%. And I mean, by the time you get done, even if I lease the equipment's outrageous for green beans. So until we get more money, it's best if I bought this land, we'd probably just go ahead and mulch it up and add it to the rest of our wheat. Because we've got 94, 95, and 96 that are all wheat. We could go ahead and get that and turn it into wheat. How much is this one? 2.6. Whew. This one's like 1.4. So, and like I said, we can turn all this into wheat. Because I think what I'm going to do, guys, is that like this whole row here. So if we go, let me move up. This whole, yeah. So I guess all of this will be wheat to here. And then I can do all of these to make these grass fields back here. Yeah, I think that's going to be, I think that's what we'll do. Or, I said wheat, I'm sorry, grains. This will be wheat, and then this will be the next grain. This will be the next grain. My bad. I said it wrong. So, that way we have all the grains going on, and then we'll move over, and we'll move on to like sunflowers, canola. Well, canola should be over here. Really, it's not a grain, but it's harvested like a grain. Soybeans. So this will be wheat, barley, oats, soybeans, canola. I think that's it, right? Yeah, barley, canola. I hate that it's all in alphabetical order now. And wheat. Yeah, I think so. So, like I said, if we buy that, I think that's what we'll do. We will just go to, we'll mulch it all real quick and be done with it. Harvester, there it is. So there's your, there's what they harvest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, that's a lot. That's more than I thought. What's that little turd thing on the back? I mean, that harvester doesn't do wood chips. But it says it does both right. But what's funny is it says that it'll harvest both kinds of rice, but it really doesn't, because you only get the one rice. No matter which header you use, you only get the one rice. So I don't know why it says it does both, because it doesn't. And I don't know what that yellow thing is. I think that's is that peas or something? So because you got long grain rice that it looks like it does, but it doesn't do the other rice. So it's soybeans, okay. So where's the other rice? There it is. So it does, I'm sorry, it does that rice, but it doesn't do the long grain rice, which is just weird to me. Because it says it does both, but it does not. Because we can even click on this one and see, it just doesn't. Let's try this one. See, none of the headers pick up that. So I don't know why it's listed, but it doesn't. So, all right, I'll go ahead and we'll get this piece and we're going to go ahead and buy it. Let's get to mulching. Mulcher's back this way. I don't know why this map you use so much freaking gas. I've gone like an entire 2 in-game days and not put gas in a damn tractor, but I put gas in this one like 16 times already. So we'll just add this one to the rest of our wheat. It's going to be a lot of wheat. We're going to need more than one harvester, I'd say. I mean, we could probably get away with just doing one if I used the 50 meters thing, but I was really trying not to do that. All right. Will the AI actually work here? Let's see if the AI will actually take over. It did, cool. Which means we can be free to get the other tractor. And we'll get the fertilizing. So nobody ever did say, you got 6 people on Rumble, we got people on Twitch, we got YouTube. No kick today. Give me your vote on how many pigs and chickens and sheep do you want me to do? And I think we should go ahead and do a cow, at least one cattle barn, a cow, which is like 1,200. I think we should at least do one, so we can get our own milk. I don't want to have to buy milk, so I think we'll just do all the animals. But I mean, as small as those barns are, I think we should push for like 20,000 pigs. How much was a sheep? Anybody remember? Thousand, 2,000 sheep. So we could do the same thing with the sheep. 20,000 sheep, 20,000 pigs, and then the cows. We're only going to do enough to get us some milk. I'm not looking to do like 1,500 cattle, 15,000 cattle. Yeah, that one there. It's really the largest one. Well, there's one for 1,000. There's one for 2,000. So, man, you know what? I don't know, guys. I think we do 20 cow, 20 pigs. We'll do the 65,000 chicken, and we'll do 20,000 sheep. I think we should. I think we just bust it and see what the game does. Let me know what you think, because that's what I think. Because as small as these barns are, although this one doesn't really work that well, so we'll try it again. But I was never getting any manure out of them, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We need 10 of these. Boom. Man, I don't know if the game's going to let us have that many or not, but we're going to try it. We'll start with the pigs first before I do any cattle because we're supposed to be doing pigs this time. But I don't want to have to buy milk, so... Bye-bye, green beans. I love green beans, though. But I like French style cut. I don't like the big fat ones that much. We're going to just break this map. You wait and see. We're going to break it. Break it. So nothing to talk about today, huh? I'm curious if everybody that's watching, though, I assume you're not answering because you're on TVs instead of, like, your phone. So, because I don't ever watch anybody's live on TV. I watch it on my computer or on my phone. I just don't. If I'm watching TV, I'm watching TV. I'm not watching lives or YouTube videos. Now, my wife, on the other hand, now she's a big YouTube giant. I mean, she watches YouTube probably more than... I don't even think she watches regular TV anymore. I think she just watches YouTube. So. But not I. If I'm watching TV, I'm watching TV. Like the new Daredevil, there's so many things. What are you doing? You better not. You idiot. See, I get the worst AIs. What a jackweed. And he'll come all the way across the field just to hit that little piece that he missed just now. Ugh. Now, let's take a look at some things here. I bought some bridges, and I didn't buy, but I downloaded a bridge mod because you have this whole little river through here, this creek, whatever you want to call it. And I got tired of going around all the time. You can drive through it, but I put a little bridge in right here. Not too shabby, really. It's enough to get across. That's all I was looking for, was just trying to get across. So far, this is wheat, this is wheat, this is wheat, this is going to be wheat. And eventually, this will be wheat. Yeah, and so will this one. Hey, I wonder what that little field costs. But I don't want to buy that little field if I can't buy the big one. So. And then over here, like I said, I think we'll just turn all of these into grass. Grass, 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 grass. I don't think there's, because there's no alfalfa or anything on this map, so it's just going to be grass. And the same thing here. I'll split this right here. And then this will be grass. I'll do the same thing here. And it looks like there's a little house back here. Oh, it's a spinnery. That's perfect. Lots of little trees back here for you to hit. Grass. And grass. So, I think that'll work out because we're going to need a ton of grass for the TMR. We're going to need a ton of grass for the sheep. Chicken, eat wheat, so we're going to be set for that. So I don't have to worry about that at all. You need to go back and hit that little piece you missed, you goat hunter. You did it over here too, you son of a bitch. Ugh. I'm telling you, this game does not like me, and once that did me, he had just the worst AIs. Hey, look what I found. There's 2 more left. It's like Christmas with these little 3 Musketeers just appearing out of thin air. Man. That's like the best candy bar in the world, 3 Musketeers. I mean, they should let me partner with them. All right. So the next thing we're going to need is our fertilizer, which I think is here. I think this is lime. I think this is the lime. It is. Fertilizer is down here. Let's get us some fertilizer. See, we hardly use any fertilizer at all. And I did those 2 big contracts. You know what, actually, since it didn't save, or, you know, made me finish that contract, you know what, I gotta go collect on our contracts. I forgot. Takes forever to save. Collect. All right, there we go. Now, spraying for weeds. Look at, jeez, man, that stone picking, dude, $104,000. Are you kidding me? I don't care how big that field is. We have a 200-meter stone picker, and we get to keep all the stones for lime making. Man, that's huge. I think it was freezing because I was using the wrong thing, but that's what it says, remove small weeds. So what's the difference between that and then this one here is weeding? So that doesn't make any sense to me, right? Man, I might have to do that one, y'all. $104,000. Whew. How big's that field 34? Let's take a look. Now, where is field 34? Should be up here. There it is right there. I mean, it's all the way across the map, but I'd say probably 3 passes. So about 4 passes and we'd be done. And we gotta wait on this guy to get done mulching anyways. I'm gonna do it. Let's go see what happens. That's just too much money to pass up, y'all. Take my time backing up here. Let's get a bath. Or repair. Just go get dirty as hell again. I like my dogs. Alright, let's go hit it up. Yeah, man, we accept. Biatch. Of course we have to go across the country to get to it, but it is clear freaking over here. Well, what we could do is we'll just take the main road all the way to the last left. And we'll just go from there. And the only reason I use this this mod for this is because we still don't have the lizard one from 22, and I just don't know if they're ever going to do it or why they're not doing it. I don't know why we're not getting it. I wish we would get it. That was a great mod. That forge wagon stone picker, man, that thing was awesome. I mean, it had some issues in the beginning, but they eventually fixed it all. Oh, we got a little ways to go. So next left. I'd be curious if there's a street back there on the very back. So should be the next, not this one. So it's still 2 up. Okay. This map's just huge and it takes a bit to get places. But for that kind of money, we'll do it. I'll do it, and you'll watch. Because that's how we do it. The horn don't work? That sucks. Huh. Alright. Yep, now we're on the right way. We should have just... Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. It's gonna do it. Let's go. Yep, we got a little ways to go still. Like, this map is just huge. Don't do it again. Straighten her up a little bit here. We gotta go this way. Right there. We're almost there. 1, 2, 3. 3 giant fields later, we'll be there. Yeah, man, we'll put on steering assist so we hit everything, and we'll be done in a couple passes. No big deal. That's how I make money early on, and people want to know, you know, because they're like, using signs. No, man, I hoard my money, and I do the biggest contracts I can find at first. I sell everything, and then I'm able to just do whatever the hell I want afterwards. And that is really the best way to go about it, my friends. You got quite a few stones in here. It's awfully stony. Turn on. Let's go. Let's see how many we get. Man, look at that already. A couple thousand already. Look at that. This field must be just littered with. Oh, so many stones. It's gonna help us out so much making our own lime. It skips. We're gonna turn around and do it again. Look at that. I thought it was, when I first downloaded, I thought it was 20 meters, and somehow I just misread it. 200 meters is a huge mod. So that was my mistake, but kind of liking it, so I'll be keeping it. So it does miss, though. There is a ton of stones in this thing. Look at that. It's nuts. Maybe we slow it down a little bit. Oops. I don't know what the hell's going on. Stop. Monkeying around, man. I can't believe how many stones are in this damn field. That's the most I ever seen in any field I've done. There is a road back here, by the way. Look at all the stones. There's more stones in this field than everything I've done so far. That's pretty funny to me. Whew, it's a lot of stone. I don't remember how much this holds. I want to say it's 2 million. I don't recall. I really honestly don't recall. But it's a ton. It is a ton. See if we can clean up some of this mess here. All right, see, we're almost done. It didn't take long at all. For $100,000, it made no sense to pass that up. That's the highest contract amount I have ever seen on 22, 25. What the hell? I've ever seen, honestly. I have never seen a contract that high in my life. So. And I don't have any contract mods or anything like that. I do not. So. Let's go. Hopefully it lets me get all the field though. I hate not finishing the contracts. Boy, it sure is skipping a lot though. Look at all those stones though. We were at what, 70,000? That's insane. Insane. It does do a lot of skipping. I don't normally see it skip this much, but that's okay. I don't really care if I'm being honest. It picks it all back up and back around, so no big deal there. This is El Scorpio. I mean, it's a base game. They just modded the pickup, and the amount that it holds is what they, obviously. Which I'm here for, guys. I don't care. This is a big honking field right here. Almost got her done already though. And this is going to work out so well for our line making, it's not even funny. I almost kind of feel bad for taking that kind of money for having a job this easy. Still picking up some. We'll take it. How far over does it go? Oh, pretty good distance. Guess you just don't realize how far 200 meters really is, I guess. And I'm kind of curious, though. I bet you if you slow this thing down from 38, say maybe you just drop it to 30, I'll bet you it doesn't skip near as much. Oh, contract's finished, so we're done. That sucks. I was really hoping to finish that. That's alright. I need to find a smaller tractor that only goes about like 32 and use it for that. You know? But man, I can't believe how much we picked up in there. Is there another one? Because I'd do another one of those, but I don't think it was as high. I don't think it was as high. Come on. Man, it's like I'm at the DMV. Take your time. Look at that. Boom. Wood transport for like $5 grand. Yeah, forget you. So that's the only one for stone picking. Harvesting though, 81,000 on field 117. I got a harvester. We could do that one for 81,000. But why did it turn around and go back? How did we turn around and go back? I'm very curious to know how I got turned around and went back. I was heading back here and we went to, I would look at the map and I came back and we turned around going the other direction again. That's weird. Whatever, ghost driver. Oh, that's what happened right there. He spun out, I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Well, I guess I'll look and see how much the lime making factory really is and find a quiet spot for it. We'll get our lime making. That way we don't have to buy lime anymore. 175,000 liters of stone is a decent amount of stone to start. Fertilizer's always a little bit more involved and a little bit more expensive, so hopefully the pig barns are making manure, because I haven't gotten any cow barns on any map to make any manure yet. Alright, so we got to make a right-hand turn up here to get back home. That looks like a grain elevator. Man, this thing spins out more than General Lee did on the Dukes of Hazzard. Yep, we're getting there. Map is just too big. No matter how fast you go, it doesn't feel like you're going very fast at all. Don't you spin out. And there's not much traffic on this map. Traffic is turned on. I don't know why there's not much traffic. I'm fine with it either way, but there's not much traffic. And I could definitely get us some greenhouses going to help with some passive income too, but not a lot of free land yet, so. All right. So let me, oh yeah, we gotta check on our, he's still mulching. He's almost done though. Almost forgot about doing that field. That is a good contract, man. Good contract. Man, whatever. All right, let's give it a second. You guys talk to me now. What's going on? Everybody having a good Wednesday, I hope? Are you working? Or just chilling? Look how green it is. That's funny. I guess because it's green beans. Looks like a baby shit all over it. All right. Let me take a look at something while we're waiting. I wanted to look. I've been looking for... let me see if there's anything. Chicken Barn version 1.2. What is this? 500 animals. Well, that one's you gotta. That's an interesting one there. I'm really wishing that we could get that start in March thing. I really wanted that mod for this game from 22 where it resets your game and you start in March instead of August. What the Fanta? Well, how do you make that? Well, we're going to download that one. Shit. Let's figure that one out. I just got us a mod for Fanta. I love Fanta. Fanta Orange is like the best orange drink out there. I mean, I'd say it's better than Sunkissed Orange. So I'll be putting that in there and see what that does. It doesn't say what it takes, so not like it's real fruit juice or anything. So I wouldn't think it'd take any fruit. So we'll have to wait and see what that's about. We got to hit a few spots when he's done right there. You know what? Let's just do it now. There's no sense of having come all the way back up here. Yeah, I don't care about their field. There we go. Now, if I can just drive straight, we'll be good. And I also don't like that they limited the AI. So it's like the AI can only go so fast, no matter how fast your machinery goes. If you have the AI work in the field, and if it goes 60 miles an hour, they may not go past 35, which I don't understand why they did that. But I have no idea why they put a limit on the speed for the AI. They already go slow enough, for crap's sake. There's one little green bean. There's Pirate. What's up, man? I missed you last night, dude. I was playing. I was on Car Mechanic 2021. I played for a little bit, but there was literally nobody around, so I kind of gave up on it a little early. Oh, definitely is, dude. Definitely is. That tire thing was starting to piss me off. I was like, what the hell? I bought the wrong ones, of course, as you know. But it's pretty detailed. I mean, I just didn't think about that aspect. I know I can't put a tire of any size on any car. It has to be the certain ones. I just didn't think about the game being that detailed. So that's really what happened there. I didn't stay on long because there just wasn't very many people on, so. But it's not a bad game. I mean, I like the game itself. I'll definitely play it more. How's your Wednesday going, buddy? Let's just park this guy over here. Come on. Doesn't need any gas. That's good. Oh, retro. How far back retro are we talking? Because in the 90s, I was a big wrestling fan, man. Early 90s, man. Well, it was about mid 90s. NWO, the Wolfpack, all that crap, man. That's what I consider retro, so I was just curious. Back when Sting was on there. WCW, Monday Night Nitro. That's what I consider retro, so. Oh, go. Well, big orders are good. Big orders are always good. Good business. Yeah, I think yesterday when you left your comment, it looked like Rumble and everything just kind of just crumbled away. It was like frozen or dead or whatever the hell. I don't know exactly what happened with Rumble last night. I replied to your message, but I think by then it was already frozen, so it wasn't going to say anything. No, we won't do the lime yet. We're going to do this first. let's put on some. Oops, wrong button. See if the steering assist works okay on this one. It was leaving stuff before, so we'll see what happens this time around. I don't know if I'll collect stones on this one or not, because the stone pickers, I don't know if it's 25 or if it's this particular stone picker, but it will erase your fertilization if you're too close to another field that's just been planted. So I'm not going to do any stone picking on this field because of that. Now, if it was like the Lizard Forge stone picker that we had last time on 22, I would, but not with that glitchy bastard that I'm using. Well, no. I honestly just don't know. But I ended up ending it anyways. I came back at like 6. It was probably like 6. I came back and I did car mechanic. Oh, wow. Nice. 99. That was really the only time wrestling was good anyways, was back then. I haven't watched wrestling since, shoot, I don't know, man. I mean, my kid was born in, what, 95? I don't think I've watched it since then, to be honest. There's a lot of stones in this field, though. No. What are you doing? Crazy. Right, so that must have been about the era that I was watching it, because WCW Nitro was huge, man. Huge. I mean, and you remember when Sting first made his appearance on WCW? Man, it was craziness. Wearing all the black, the white makeup, and coming out of the rafters. Man, that crap was nuts. That was back when Hulk Hogan turned into a bad guy and was part of the NWO, the Wolfpack. It was good times, man. Good times. I mean, we actually watched the pay-per-views. A bunch of us get together and split the cost of a pay-per-view and watch the pay-per-views. It was definitely some good times. Oh, I killed some sunflowers. But yeah, that was some nuts kind of stuff going on back then. So, come on, game. Crap. I don't know what's going on with this game today. Taking forever to do everything. And I really need the game to hurry up so I can get back out there. Alright. Let's go back in. This is what I wanted. Fertilize needs plowing. There we go. Apparently it didn't need plowing at all, but we're going to plow it anyways. Huh. Alright, let's go. There it goes. That's what I wanted. Little orange spot over there, ready to harvest. That's weird. Man, I never watched WWE, or now WWF, of course. And I always thought it was funny anyways that the worldwide, or it was WWF, but they changed it to WWE, sorry. That the World Wildlife Foundation sued them because people were getting confused. I'm pretty sure no one's confused of what the World Wildlife Foundation is as opposed to what the World Wrestling Federation is, so I'm like, how can you sue somebody over something stupid like that? It just blew my mind. Nice. I mean, wrestling's still huge, man. It's still a really huge event for a lot of people, but I never watched when... Now, I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what really did a lot of changing for WCW was Goldberg. When Goldberg came on, man, people just lost their shit. I mean, that's when WCW really took off. When Goldberg hit the scene, man, it was nuts. And I know that most of them all went over to WWF after WCW. And it was weird, too, that WCW just died. Just poof. Yeah, I never understood what happened there, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. No, of course, yeah. I've never really liked him anyways, but no, I've never really liked Vince McMahon. He always came across like a piece of shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's uber rich because of, wrestling, but it doesn't make him any better of a person. Money doesn't make you a better person. So I'm agreeing with you 100%. So. See, it's missing a whole line right there. We're gonna have to come back. It doesn't show it there, but there's a line there. I'm sure of it. Maybe not. But I would say Bill Goldberg was probably every bit as popular as people like Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair. And I'll be honest, I was never a big fan of Ric Flair. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all. That Vince McMahon tried to intimidate the World Wildlife Foundation. I'm like, what a puss. Why don't you just talk to him? That's hilarious, though. I mean, that's what they get. That's what he gets for being an ass, though, That's just what you get. I'm trying to look because I swear they're missing. But I guess not. I don't know, man. There's a ton of rocks in this field, I'd say. Let's take a look. I mean, it's only yellow, so we'll wait till it's red. When we harvest all the wheat, then I'll stone pick all the fields again. I don't get the... Huh, I had no idea about that. I like Metallica a lot. I've always been a big metal fan. However you want to classify it, but Metallica, Motley Crue, Scorpions, all that shit. But that's like 80s. But Metallica's awesome. And I'll be honest, when I was a lot younger, like 15, 16, wasn't a big fan of Metallica. It wasn't until later on that I actually was like, you know what? Metallica's not so bad. And I'll tell you what I think ruined Metallica for me when I was younger is how rabid their fans were. Like, I did not know any Metallica fan that wasn't just a huge dick. I mean, they're just, well, and I don't mean just like in general, but like anything Metallica, and they were just like, and I'm like, God, calm down, man. It's a band. You're never going to meet them people, and they're never going to come shake your hand and say thanks for sticking up for us. So just like calm down. I was like, I mean, you can say whatever you want about who I listen to. I don't give two shits. It's your opinion. But to get all rabid about it and want to beat people up over it is just nuts. And that's the way they were back then. They were just rabid. So I'm just like, why would I want to listen to something that makes you a rabid asshole? But again, but over the years, I've come to appreciate Metallica more, and I definitely love Metallica now, though. Are you one of the ones that just hates the Metallica Black Album? The Napster thing? What do you mean? Talk about people downloading the songs for free and all that BS? Because I'm trying to think of what it was that everybody was using. Because they shut down Napster pretty quick. And then it was, man, what was the name of that? It was a little program. And you could just pop it up on your computer. And you just type the name of the song and you could download it for free. Just individual songs. And then as I understand it, then it started getting a little worse where people were actually, there was like, no, I got you. I know, but people always ruin shit. Give somebody an inch, they take a mile. It's a perfect example. I mean, you know. I agree. You're right, though. Metallica has been one of the most outspoken bands about downloading music. I remember that now. So no, I agree with you there. I think they were. Metallica was huge shits to all their fans about it. I agree. But it's also like, quit charging so much money for everything. Man, dude, when I went to concerts, it was $20. And I'm not that old, so don't even say it. I'm not. And I mean, I went to Motley Crue and Poison. I've seen Aerosmith. Black Crowes. I saw AC/DC and King's X. I mean, I've been to some big concerts, and they were no more than $20. $20. And it's like, I wouldn't pay, but there's not anybody I'd go pay to see today anyway, so it doesn't matter. Not a single person. Not even old bands that I used to listen to, because I think they sound like shit live. Well, and I think now I think where that I disagree on that though is that like people like Tom McDonald, they quit using these record companies because of that. And I mean, he streams solely on like YouTube and makes tons of money. I mean, he's a millionaire. So you know, and that's exactly why, because the music industry was screwing people. I mean, think about who was that group? The three girls. Never Gonna Get It chicks. They were making like 50 cents. And I'm just like, I can't remember if it was per album or they sold. I think it was per album sold. I'm like, 50 cents? Man, get the hell out of here with that shit. So, yeah. No, I get what you're saying, because they were saying they were streaming and it was taking away money, but you could go on YouTube and make more money than you'd ever make through a record label, though. Just go to YouTube and stream it. Who cares? Tom McDonald's made millions streaming that way. But if the record label companies weren't screwing all the artists over, I mean, you go back as far as Elvis, man, they were taking over 50% of his income. Elvis was before my time, just so everybody knows, but I'm just using him as an example because they screwed him so bad on his income. And like I said, Dixie Chicks? I don't think, was it Dixie Chicks? No, it was like Salt and Pepper or somebody like that. It was three girls. And they were talking about how they only made like 50 cents per album sold. And I'm like, that's wrong, man. That's just robbery. Uh, Spice Girls, maybe. I think it was Spice Girls. Because it was 3 chicks, right? And didn't Beyonce come from them or something? It's something like that. But anyways, and they were saying that they only made 50 cents per album. And I have to agree with them. That's nuts to me. I don't understand how that's acceptable by any means to anybody. The music industry sucks. It always has sucked. All they do is put these artists out there and make them kill themselves so they can make more money than they're making. TLC, maybe it was TLC. Maybe it was TLC. I don't remember, but I just remember the 50 cents per album thing, and I'm like, well, that shit sucks. I'd be pissed off too. 1,000% pissed off. I mean, it's a miracle that, and I mean, you know, if you think about it logically, though, it's like none of them were making any money. Why do you think groups like, yeah, me too, for a long time, I didn't even know about it, and somebody said it one day, and I was like, huh? But it's not like I listened to any of that shit anyway, so I don't listen to any of that at all. Zero. But anyways, my point is, though, is it's like, it's hard to believe that, I don't know. I just don't believe half of it. It's unbelievable to me to make people work that hard and just steal all their money. But it kind of goes in with my theme today about scammers. So I'm so sick of scammers. So the music industry is a scam. Insurance is a scam. It's all a scam. I grabbed the wrong thing, but that's okay. There's the lime. Let's go, buddy. Yeah, but was she in? I forget what group Beyonce was actually in, though. Well, I mean, but I would never listen to Beyonce's music. No way. I don't know what this guy's doing. That's what he's doing. Just like that, oh, they all, man, I'm telling you, they all do. It's nuts to me. It really is. And like I say, I mean, the music industry is just horseshit. I mean, they're as bad as Hollywood. And I mean, and the only thing I don't know about the music industry that compared to Hollywood is that at least in the music industry, they're not raping all the little kids like they do in Hollywood. But I don't know if that's true or false about the music industry or not. They probably do there too. I like documentaries too. It has to be a good one. I like a good documentary. Especially if it's about dinosaurs or ancient civilizations. My wife likes documentaries a lot too, but not as much as I do, I don't think. I like, I don't know what they call them, biography movies too. Like, I watched that one about Queen. Watched one about John Denver the other day, but it was alright. Not a huge fan of John Denver, but he does have a few songs that I like. But Queen, on the other hand, though, I just don't think there's ever going to be another singer like Freddie Mercury, though. Michael Jackson had a voice, but his was different. He was the king of pop. Freddie Mercury, man, that voice, though, he was nuts. I don't care what anybody says about, was it Christopher Lambert that's singing for them now? I don't think he sounds worth fuck compared to Freddie Mercury. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, let me go get that. Should already still be on wheat. Yep, it's already on wheat. We're gonna have so much wheat. But I want to make sure we got enough for our chicken, so. Alright. Rumble, you guys do me a favor. Hit that like and follow and help me out now. Twitch, you do the same. YouTube, come on. I'm still waiting to hear from my friend on YouTube. I haven't heard from him in a while. Hopefully he's still around. He's a pretty good guy. Pretty good guy. He was here talking with us one day, Pirate. That Mike guy. Oh, man. I love karaoke, and I can't sing worth shit either. My wife tell you, oh, no, he can sing. No, I can't. My wife's supposed to say those kind of things. But no, I can't sing. But I do like karaoke. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. But I always sing really low-pitched songs like Follow Me by Uncle Kracker. Because I don't have to worry about trying to get anything higher than, you know. Because I can't get any higher than that. My voice is too deep for that shit. Now, before my balls dropped, I probably could have. Hang on one second, let me check something. I was curious. Alright. I'm going to start a Discord. I was on Discord this morning. And guy was like, hey, I just put out this new short. If you guys want to check it out. I go, and I'm not going to put his name out there. Anyways, I go check out his short. It was amusing. Tony Braxton. Now, I'll tell you what, that chick could sing, though. Unbreak My Heart was such a great freaking song. I mean, I'm not ashamed to admit it. It was a really good song. I mean, she could sing. She wasn't no Whitney Houston, but she could sing. That's another one. Whitney Houston, man, there will never be another Whitney Houston. I know people are like, oh, Lady Gaga. I don't care about Lady Gaga, and I don't care about Miley Cyrus. They're no Whitney Houston. I mean, she was queen. Kind of like, what's the other chick's name? Before Whitney Houston. Sang about the same time, but she started before Whitney. She was getting her ass kicked all the time by her husband. What was her name? She's like the real queen of soul. I can't think of her damn name. But anyways, so there's been some really just once-in-a-lifetime singers out there, and I don't think we've seen any new ones yet, that's for sure. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, 100% truth. Whitney Houston was just a goddess of music, and just, it's a shame. It really is just a shame. And it happens a lot in the music industry because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, they're pushing these people so hard, they start turning to drugs and alcohol and things like that because they're trying to either stay awake or keep pushing through. And it's like, it really shouldn't have to be like that. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't have to be that way, and it's just such a shame. And I'm not saying that that they pushed her to do drugs. I mean, I know that's what it sounds like, but I kind of feel like that's true. You know, that they're pushed so hard because they have so many concerts to do and so many albums to make that they just get pushed so hard that they got to have something to keep them going. It's like, no, y'all go fuck yourselves, man. I'm tired. I'm going home, going to sleep. I mean, shit. And that's why I say, like today, for example, like, and I keep bringing up Tom McDonald because I do think his songs are funnier than crap, but it's like he's free to do whatever he wants because he never goes on tours. You know, he doesn't belong to the music industry, he belongs to himself. And getting back to what I was saying earlier, it's like none of these groups were making money because they were getting robbed by the industry until they got smart. Tina Turner. Yeah, you can't forget Tina Turner. She's right up there. But anyways, these groups, until they bought back their own music, like take Motley Crue, for example, they started turning out 3 times as much money for themselves after they were able to purchase their music back from the industry. And now they own all their own music. And it's like, it should have been that way from the beginning. Yes, while I'm working for that record company, you know, they can have some say about where it's released, but at the end of the day, that's your music, and it should always be your music. No one should ever own the rights to something that you made like that, and it's just ridiculous to me. And I know it's in the contracts, and that's just the way it was, but it's one of the things that never should have been. I mean, how many people have we lost because of, you know, just that societal push from, you know, industries and everything like that, and it's just nuts to me. It really is. But Tina Turner, there's another one. I have to ask my wife what her name is. I can't think of it. She was before Tina Turner. What's her name? Gladys Knight. I mean, can't forget about Gladys. I mean, there's some really, really good singers that are just almost forgotten about anymore. So, you guys hear my dogs? Somebody must have knocked on the door. But in my dog's defense, if there's a leaf blowing, they bark at that too. So I wonder if I should go ahead and get started, but I worry that he's going to want to go hit those areas again. If I do, I'm ready to get this field done and move on. Oh, I know what I wanted to look for while we're on here. Aretha Franklin. Yes, there you go. Aretha Franklin. Man, you just... It's nuts to me that they just get forgotten about. Let me see. I wanted to see if there was any skid steer bumper hitch. No. Yes. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if there's any kind of... Nope. 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 I don't see one yet, but I'm going to find it. You wait and see. I'm looking for a hitch extension for the Harvester. If it would even work on the Harvester. Because how awesome would it be? You're out there harvesting, but you have a tray. Because you could, the Colossus Harvester has a hitch on it, and it will pull the header behind it, but it won't attach to anything else because the hitch is too far under it. So if you had a trailer hitch extension, then you could pull a forage wagon behind the harvester and pick up your straw as you harvest. Kind of save yourself a step. Like I said, I don't know, but it sure would be nice if it worked. But I haven't seen one yet. Like there was a bar in 22, and they had some really long Polish name, like this long, and I can't remember what the name of it was because I couldn't pronounce it. But I barely pronounce most of my English words correctly, so. But I'll find it. They're going to have to be one. I'm going to say there has to be one. I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab it. I was on the wrong field anyway, damn it. I was going to re-wheat that one. Well, from what I understand, 19's still most everybody's favorite. Would that be true? It's what I hear a lot. I don't know if I want to start this yet, because if I do, I just know he's going to want to go over and spray it again. He's almost done. Got about 2 more passes, maybe 3, so we'll just wait. Well, I imagine they had one on 19, but you know what makes me mad is that on 19, that tree harvester that I've been using, that Trek 600 or whatever it's called, it'll cut down the tree and the stump, and it has 2 million liter tank on it to hold all the wood chips. Apparently that was on 19 too, and I didn't even know it. I didn't know it was on 22, but also in my defense, I was on console, so PC is different. It was probably available for PC on all those. So that's probably a lot of why I didn't know it was available. I told my wife I just don't have any friends that tell me anything is what it is. I'm going to see if I can look. I just feel like there's got to be... Is this it? Right here? Did I find it? I don't know what the hell that is. Maybe. No, that's not it. Dang it. But it was just an extension bar is all it was. And a matter of fact, there's also another one. Forgive my yay wide, but and it kind of looked like this, and you could attach different equipment on it. So like if you wanted to do 2 lime spreaders at one time, you could. I'm not looking for that, but I would use it because that would definitely do what I wanted to do. But I'm really just looking for that sway bar kind of attachment for the hitch, and I just find it hard to believe there's not one out there yet. But I'm not seeing anything, so that sucks. What is this? I don't think that's what I want either. Well, poo, I thought maybe I could find it. I'll do some research, but I'll find it. If it's out there, I'll find it. Don't you worry about that. But I'm not seeing it. Oh, were you in here when I found that Fanta Cola production? I did. I found a Fanta Cola production. I got it downloaded. I can't add it until after I quit. So I'm like, I wonder what, it doesn't say what it involves to make the cola. I'm going to make liters of cola just for Farv. Just order a large Farva. I don't want a large Farva. I want a liter cola. Best movie ever. I made a short on that pirate. It's called Super Troopers meets FS25. They're hilarious. I literally got a cop car, ran it through a drive-thru on the map, and then sat there and I played the little bit from the movie on there. It's pretty funny shit. Oh yeah. I was looking. I don't remember what I was looking for, but it's a Fanta Cola production. I was like, psh, I love Fanta. Fanta Orange is like the best orange drink out there, man. I think. I mean, Sunkist is pretty close, but man, Fanta Orange is all delicious. There's Fanta Grape. I think there's Fanta Strawberry. Although I don't like either one of those, but that's beside the point. You guys remember, don't do me that favor and hit that like and follow. Help me out now. We've done really well this week on followers. I literally just need 9 more followers on Twitch to hit my goal. And I think the same on Rumble. I just need 9 more to hit my goal. So, we're getting there. Now, Kick was just broke today. It wouldn't let me stream to Kick, so I'm only streaming on Rumble and Twitch and YouTube. And for everybody else that's in the room too, I do make long form and I have shorts on YouTube for farming simulators. You can check those out. Some really good videos on there, especially for gold mining. Come on, buddy. I think we're safe now to go ahead and get started. All right, buddy. You have a good night. I appreciate you. Always good chat, my friend. Don't work too hard. Yeah, we're fixing to go too, so. I was really wanting to get this field done before I did, though. Let's do that then. Let's just stop there. And Rumble, Twitch, YouTube, you guys hit me up. Hit that like and follow. Help us out. Really trying to hit our goal. I need 9 more for Rumble, and I need 9 more for Twitch. Help me out. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time.